So dealing with the side control position again, what we had to look at the start of the week was going through switch bases north-south, have a look at the kimura attack and have a look at the north-south. We had a couple of variations onto it. This is the next one, and this is a figure four. We call it a head crush figure four. A head crush figure four. This by itself is a game changer as far as the attacks go, but once again, it's a really good attack, but it has a lot of opportunities for my opponent to capitalise on as well. So it's one of those ones that you wouldn't do it all the time, but when the opportunity presents itself, it's a really good go-to move. So let's start off with what I call switch base forward from here. I'm making sure I've got shoulder contact with my hand. What that means is that if Ian tries to push her over this front, I've got to put wherever I'm here, he can kind of create space. Number two, this is the hardest part about the Thomas. I've got to make sure that my bicep or my arm is underneath his elbow. Once we're in this position, we're done. The whole thing's kind of cool. So I'm going to crush Ian's head with my hip. So at the person on the bottom, it's easy to turn your head away from it that way. Okay. So what we're going to do from here is I'll hold the arm and I'll pin it nice and deep from here. I'm now going to put my hip over the arm right on top here. So he's generally thinking it's got like a back door stack. So what is my hips have to stay 90 degrees. They can't roll forwards, they can't roll backwards, they have to stay 90 degrees. And all it is, I'm going to drive my hip onto Ian's head. I'll drive my hand over close to his face. So I've got a really nice kimura. As it tries to rescue, switch my base, I can take it to an armbar as well. So figure four armbar. Switch base forwards, comes under, make sure that my shoulder, my bicep is underneath. That's the whole key. Push down, drop it. So this is the key. I can't move my hips roll forwards or backwards. This is the whole key to the move. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then it gets to here, and the arms isolated. So once it's here, I can punch it and control. What most people are going to do is because my head is on their hips, they're going to use their free hand to push me off their head. So that will put me in the position where I can start to capitalise on the kimura. Once I'm on the kimura, is a lot of time they're going to try and rescue the arm by taking it over my body, which is what like they're going to try and take it to roll me backwards. As long as I keep my weight into my left hand, it's hard to do. If he straightens his arm, try and get out, I just go to my straight arm bar. So this is a pretty good position. I want to make sure I've got a good base and I'm rolling and my hips are on his head. The only one that may happen is Ian brings his left hand around my head, tries to pull me forward. So just make sure that I'm weighted. So if he tries to bring his left hand over my head, because I'm so far forward, he can't do it. Where if I'm here, it gets access to my head. Yeah, right? Yeah, so if I'm here, it doesn't get access to it. One more time. Thanks, Ian. So, 1, that's it. 2, flush, keep this angle. So, drive, 2, what I'm doing is once I'm here, he's generally going to push me off his head, and that sets the kimura up. Switch your base, nice and tight from here. Put all your weight onto your left hand, push it down to get the kimura. So my left hand, all my weight in my left hand, push it down to get the kimura. Just for the purpose of the drill, when you're going over their head, try not to drop your hips over, like big quite on. The person on the back, you try and turn the way that they're going, that way you're not going to get the hips into your face. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's go a little bit tighter. Here. What happens is then friends here, they're pushing out. You know what I mean? So this time I'm having trouble coming around the head. So if they're here and I'm having trouble, so all I do once goes, I push it down. So if they're pushing me down, I just go with it, I push it down, step over, and I'm here. So let's have a look at securing the kimura and how I make the kimura a little bit tighter. Number one is I want to make sure I land next to my partner, not away from my partner. So when I'm here, what do I do is I want to kind of drop in here so that it's nice and tight. Nice to bring you back a little bit. Nice stuff. Anytime that I pick the kimura up to do the kimura, they can roll me backwards. So what I want is I want to make sure that all my weight goes on this arm. So if it tries to pull the arm out, it's caught. So what I'm seeing people doing is they're coming here. So there's a little bit of play on the elbow. Yeah, right. So it's more that I'm laying on it from here. Now, because you can't pull it out, is once I lock this in, the kimura is pretty much done. If I'm having trouble with the kimuras, I just do a home sits and walk this way. And then we put the kimura on. So generally doing the kimura because you're trying to push it into the belly, but the kimura is at the wrong angle because the arm goes that way. Where if I walk here, it's kind of coming on a bit more. So instead of having the arm where the arm kind of goes that way, I take up a little bit where the arm doesn't go that way. And secondly, is I'll make sure firstly I'll make sure I'm laying on the arm so it can't retract the arm. Secondly, I'll put the angle right. Third, this was what happens when as I'm coming around the head, that kind of slips on to what's going on. So I pull it, and as I'm coming around the head, it cups the hands and cups his hands together. So I come over the head and I get to here, but the arm's on the wrong side, so I can't get the kimura. Does everybody understand that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the leg, switch my bows and come up. And now, I'm going to tap the top, tap the top kimura. So I'll do that one in a second about how to get the kimura if I miss the first kimura. We do break the ribs a little bit when we do it, sorry Andrew, but it's a powerful move. So let's just go back. One, if the hands push me, they're flat, I go with it, push over, come on top. Walk, 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 drive, lock it up as soon as I can. Come here, I'm going to lay all my weight onto the arm. Got it? If I'm doing the kimura and I'm having trouble, I just start to do the running man and it comes on. If my head's low, if he tries to pull me back over his body, because it's low, it's hard to do. If he tries to roll towards me, the kimura comes on. So what I'm seeing some guys are sitting here, sit here. This also means that like if I get really stuck, I just start to straighten this arm and that puts it into the arm bar position. So if I'm having trouble, I just go arm bar and I have the option to put my leg over and attack it as well if you need to. You shouldn't actually have to do that, you should be in a position to be able to do it. Okay guys, so we're going to make the finish a little bit tighter. We start off with from here. There's two things that are going to come into play. One is I'm driving underneath the armpit as I'm moving forwards. That means that the elbow's got a pop, no rotation underneath. So what I'm trying to do is when I go here, what I'm trying to go like that so the elbows pops. Because that's like up nice and high. Flush, come round, and I'm on the head. So what I'm doing now is, what I'm saying,
Do you pinch there?
you can pitch if you want to.
Do you like tighten that position or do you just pop straight?
Alright, well this is what I'm saying. So for me, if my elbow's down low, Tyson has the ability to drive his elbow in a little bit, which means that it's in a better position here. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pick up flare, not coming that way. Does that kind of make sense? So what I'm doing is, as I'm coming here, I'm crushing the head and it's pretty much on already. Now, like I've said to you, at this angle, it's good for him because it's like that, but not, it's a sweep position. So what I do is I keep all my weight in my right elbow, drive my right hip to my right elbow, and now that will start to secure the kimura. Where if I'm here, can you feel how loose that is, Tyson?
Yeah.
Yeah, so as I slide my right hip here, that's definitely going to start to put it on. So what I see people do is they're here, and they're trying to do the kimura from here, but that's the arms at that angle, it doesn't make any difference. So I go plant my foot, slide all my weight onto my right elbow here, and I can either go straight arm bar or kimura. And again, how'd that feel? It's good. Right. So the little factors are knee, elbow, pinch it, and even drive. So I'm trying to get the shoulder so it's hard for him to rescue. Does that kind of make sense? I'm not here where there's a little bit of play. So I kick this here, drive it in, bop, bop, smash it, crush his head, come here. Once I lock this up, I can already feel that's tight, but there's a fair bit of play. So what does you do is to go, I'll lift to move, and that you lose everything. So what I'm doing is I lay on it, and I kind of Homer Simpson walk to put it on. So it's coming on as I'm Homer Simpson walk. So it's more about hopping it, keeping my weight on it, and making the arm try and start at 90 degrees, but a low 90 degrees which puts the pressure. A high 90 degrees allows the shoulder to roll to the left and to the right. One more time. So here, crush, body. Alright, so now, pin it, and I can almost get the kimura here, slide it, and most people are going to go, I don't want him on my head, so try and push, bop, lay all my weight onto my right elbow, my right hip, lock it up. Homer Simpson walk, moonwalk, whatever like that, bop, comes on. Man, having trouble, this guy's super tough, drop down low, straighten the arm, and finish with your arm bar. If you're here and you're having trouble doing the arm bar or the kimura, generally walk closer to the hips and now apply your pressure. Well, I'm in the way. And every time you turn your arms kind of straighten, yeah, so it's going to give me exactly what I want anyway. Yes, sir.
With him, he's on his back, but if he starts stripping his hips around, does that have...
Jump up, let's go. Walk, he's up short. Are your shoulders tight? So I'll go nice. So if my partner follows me, so I've gone here, I come over, I crush it, I come over, I pin it. You okay there?
Yeah, it's fine.
Can I push it down a bit more?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay. So I just, you're really tight from there. Here. So what if he starts to try and just putting it on, because that's where I want you to go. Yeah. So what he's saying is anytime he follows me, that's putting the kimura on. It's actually if he rolls away from me, that's the issue. So if I'm here, and that's the issue. Especially if I'm on this side of the head. So once I'm on this side of the head, if he rolls away from me, because my weight's here. So then I just lay on it and straighten it and attack it. Sometimes it's really good to actually feel like what's going on with that as well. Is everyone okay with that so far? Okay. Did you want to just have a quick couple of shots at tightening that up, get it nice and tight? I just put the timer on for 2 minutes, we'll do the tightening up, and they'll come out. I've got one more add-on. So what happens, 1, 2, 3, we're in the position, I'm underneath, and I pin the wrist down, and I'm coming out. So what he's going to do is his right hand, the one that's on my bum. Okay. As I'm coming around, you're going to turn this way, Chris, and use your right hand to throw me over you, right over here. So as I'm coming around, he goes here and throws right. So I go here, and he's got the chance to go to dance and the kind of, or come out the back. So the key factor is if I'm coming round, if I'm coming around, so I'm underneath, as I'm coming around, if I feel that he's got that, I backstep. And now it's going to my standing. Come on. So anytime that I'm head crushing, and I see the head turn, and I feel the hand from me, I switch my base. So now it tries to throw me, but the arms, so I can just go to my normal attack from here. That's the first one, that's the most common one. They're not going to throw you here, they're going to try and kind of backdoor and throw you back. That's the most common kind of counter. This is the next one, and this is a pain in the bum. Okay, I do the whole move from here, I get here, Ian comes round, touches his hands together. I've got his hands. So I've got to come round, come up on top. Now on stage, I just start to do my standing kimura. Now you don't see it, but turn my name please. You don't see it, but I've got like a little bit of a rib breakup in that. So here, boom, crush, come around, as I come around, he goes touches his hands together, so touches his hands together, so I can't quite get the kimura, hold the leg, so that's my ankle point. Turn my knees, come up. As I come up, I put my elbow onto right, catch it, and then stand to what we've done. North South kimura, T-bag, and komodo. It's done so that as I put my elbow into it, they kind of go to push weight, which gives me access to everything that I want from here. That's only if they get the hands together. That would mean that you missed that first grab though. That's more common than the throw of the head technique. So one more time, just quickly. So we're here and I kill the arm, I isolate the arm, come up, and as I'm going here, I go, ha, and he just goes with it, catches. So at the moment, I want to pin the arm. As I come round, I go here. I lift the arm up, I put my elbow on top, come under. Top more. Nice and easy, so every hand holds his hands together to try and stop it. So hold your hands together. I'm having trouble, hand goes underneath, lift my palm up and just hit it down and show them. So anytime I'm going to the top kimura and their hands are together, anytime I'm going top kimura and the hands are together, lay on it, hand comes underneath, sit them up. It's nice, easy finish from here. You've got the option where if I try and throw it into his right and his post, you've got all the crucifix variations. We're not going to do that today. It's a lot of detail. We will be covering some of that stuff next week. Okay, guys. Grab a partner, just do the drill out where they catch it, and go the T-bag kimura. 1, 2, 3.